Happy Let's Talk Tuesday. This isn't just any Tuesday, it's Tuesday, as in like 2/22/22, which maybe means nothing, but I don't really care because it's falling on my favorite day of the week. What day? Tuesday. If you don't know why I love Tuesdays, it's because every single Tuesday I come here and I share some taboo topic that we tackle together. You guys ask all the questions, I answer them. We have a conversation. It is so much fun. And I'm super excited that you're tuning in to this particular one. If you don't know how to watch these live, check the description and join the treasure box. We do this live every single Tuesday. It's a really cool exchange of conversation. It's so much fun. So make sure you get in there. If you don't know who I am, my name is Trinity Todd. I'm a paramedic and a women's wellness coach for the last 2 years now. I partner with Pure Romance. It is like one of the best jobs in the world. I absolutely love, love, love both of my jobs, but I am obsessed with women's wellness, sexual health, all things women's empowerment. And I'm super excited to be here. This particular topic that we're talking about today was submitted by a super sweet lady that came from that group. And she already got some really cool stuff from me. So if you have a topic that you think would be fun to hear about on Let's Talk Tuesday, make sure that you submit it in the comments, shoot me a message, get it to me somehow. And if I choose your topic, I send you some goodies. That's how it works. Even if it's like you and 4 other people chose it, I'm still going to send you some stuff. So make sure you send me some ideas, everything you got. The weirder, the better, because I just love it, right? The more taboo, just send it over, right? Drop it in the comments, send me a message, do what you got to do. Today, we are going to talk about the 5 senses and sex, okay? And I'm going to give you 22 because 22. I'm going to give you 22 in honor of the holiday ways to spice things up using your 5 senses. It's going to be a good time, and I can't wait to get into it. Let's do it. Okay, so who knows the most important sexual organ on a female? Drop it in the comments. Tell me what you think it is. I'm going to give you a second. Okay, you probably said clitoris, you probably said vagina, you might have said breast, vulva, I don't know, you might have got fancy with it, the lips, I don't know, Trinity. But you guys, you all know I'm right on this. The most important sexual organ on a female is the brain. If your brain's not in it, you are not freaking in it. You think about the laundry, you're thinking about the kids, you're thinking about work yesterday, the dog over there in the corner, the ceiling fan ain't been dusted. Like, you're thinking about everything else. And it is so hard to get in the game. If your brain's not there, you're just not there. And there's no better way to get your brain and your partner's brain into the game than when we're talking about the senses. We're talking touch, we're talking sight, taste, smell, sound. Like, my brain's already in it. We're ready to go, right? Like, sometimes the brain has a difficult time getting where it needs to be, and we are going to get it there. When you think about incorporating these changes into your intimate play, whether it be with yourself or your partner, I want you to give yourself a 5-minute safe circle. Theory is that if you give yourself just 5 minutes to embrace something new, gives you the chance to decide whether or not it's something that you're going to enjoy or not. Also, when you're talking about play with your partner, sometimes it's difficult to introduce new ideas for fear of insulting them or feeling insulted yourself or whatever the case may be. But you and your partner can agree that you're going to change the game up just a little bit in honor of Tuesday. You're going to change the game up just a little bit and incorporate some new things into your play. And you're going to give yourself a 5-minute safe circle. And within that 5-minute safe circle, you can incorporate or change anything that you wish to change or do without insult to the other person, without taking offense from the other person. And you can incorporate some new play ideas, and you can decide then within that 5 minutes, okay, I'm enjoying this. Give the 5 minutes, right? Okay, I like what you're doing there, right? All right, are we gonna do that again? Okay, I'll see you, girl. And then switch up. Your turn. You got your 5-minute safe circle. Okay. Oh no. Ooh, all right, I'm gonna let her do it. Ooh. Right. And then you can have a conversation within that 5-minute safe circle that says, I enjoyed that. I didn't enjoy that. Let's do things differently. Super cool idea to get you kind of incorporating some of these different sensational tips that I'm sharing with you. Okay. The first sense that we're going to talk about is touch. Touch is one that you probably obviously think about with regards to sex because even if you're having sex with yourself, you're probably going to be touching something to make it happen, right? So we already expect touch to be in the game. The thing is, our bodies get adjusted to touch. Think about when you put on your clothes in the morning, when you initially put them on, you drop that shirt over your head, you can feel that shirt touching you in different places. And throughout the day, you just kind of forget it's there. You get comfortable with it. For most people, that sensation of the shirt that you're wearing goes away. The only time you feel it is when there's a snag, when the tag's kind of sticking out, when something is adjusted to make you feel what's happening. Your brain immediately goes to it. The fabric's making you itchy. You can't help but to think about where that itch is coming from, right? So when you think about touch, and incorporating it into your intimacy and into your self-play, think about changing up the touch game, okay? I think about adding in different textures. When I say that, I mean like feathers, soft ropes, there's ticklers out there. You can literally incorporate any other texture than what you're used to into your play, and touching the same exact spots, experience a different sensation by incorporating that new touch. You're welcome. Okay. Also think about temperature, like throw some temperature play in the game, whether it be with a candle. There are safe soy wax melting candles that become massage oil. So candle play can get kind of tricky, but other than just candles, think about toys, right? So there's several different toys that heat up or cool off. They also have toys that have elements on them that you're able to heat up or cool off. Think about things like ice, right? Warm towels, warm massagers, anything that changes what you're feeling. If I'm like focused on the ceiling dust fan, but something is getting hot on my leg, I'm going to pull my attention to that leg, right? So just change up the game a little bit, because you've probably gotten used to how you typically touch yourself or your partner. Just change it up. Add in some other sensations with regards to touch. Drop some suggestions for what you think would be like the ideal thing to add in with regards to touch. The next one that we're going to talk about is definitely sight. Okay. We've got to talk about sight. We all sort of think about it when it comes to play. According to research, the human male actually is more aroused by visual stimuli than the female, but women are more likely to be turned off by negative visual stimuli, like anything that they find revolting. So sight is important to all of us. We are obviously turned on by things like lingerie, our partner's shape, etc. Those are the things that we typically think about with regards to sexual play. What we don't always think about is the lighting. Are you one of those people that are like lights off or lights always on? What if you switched it up? Here we go. What if you switched it up to a red light bulb, a blue light bulb? Like, what is a color that makes you feel good? Me, green, money. Okay. We put in a green light bulb, right? Change up the color of the lighting. Candle lighting is extremely sensual. Just the visual of candle lighting can be extremely romantic, and it can elicit feelings of like erotic play. It can get you going where you want to go. And you're going to be more focused and more in tune just by setting the mood with that candle lighting. Another really cool idea is emotional connection with sight. You and your partner kind of challenging each other that we're really going to focus in on like our sense of sight, and we're not going to touch, we're not going to taste, we're not going to smell. Like, we're going to look at each other. We're just going to zone in, like try and tell me what I'm thinking, right? Have that conversation with your partner and just kind of play with the idea of really, really looking at one another, and visualizing things around you. With that being said, think about your environment too, and wherever you're incorporating this play. For some people, out in the dirt in a barn, maybe their jam, right? Like that may be something that they fantasize and wish to visualize. But for some people, that would be absolutely disgusting, right? So think about what things you want to see in the moment, and make sure that your surroundings are somewhat similar to that. If a messy house or clutter or things like that really bother you, obviously, you want to just straighten up whatever room is going down in. If you're someone who likes the idea of mess thrown all over the place because it was just that good, then throw mess all over the place, even if it hasn't gotten that good yet, right? Like scatter some things around just because it may or may not make you feel really good to do so, and get your sight involved. Something else you can do with sight is watching things together. And I don't necessarily mean pornography. For some people, Maybe you and your partner always get intimate right after your favorite episode of House Hunters. I don't know. But for some people, that might be what their trigger is. So set up that visual stimuli on television, and get into it, get engaged with it. Something else really cool, and you probably thought of this one, something else really cool to do with regards to your sense of sight is get rid of it. Get rid of it. Incorporate some blindfolds, have your partner turn around so they can't see you. Change up the game. If they're not able to see, the other senses get more intense. If you're not able to see, sight is gone completely, then sense, taste, smell are going to be so much stronger. So really think about how you can change up sight and incorporate it into your intimate time. While touch and sight are kind of obvious ones, you probably don't think about smell as anything arousing. We have kind of been conditioned culturally. Our cultural conditioning really influences what both males and females find arousing. We learn over time to view specific odors as either like, ew, offensive, or, oh my gosh, pleasurable, right? So we learn that we enjoy it or dislike it based on what we feel and are taught as we're growing up and our surroundings, right? According to studies, genital secretions would actually be considered more erotic to our brains if we weren't programmed that these scents are somewhat offensive. We're constantly trying to cover up our odors, showering, deodorants, perfumes, etc. But naturally, I think it's important to mention this because while we sometimes feel otherwise, our brain is actually hardwired to enjoy those odors. Okay. Your brain wants to smell the body. And when it smells the body, it's going to be aroused. You're going to be thinking like pheromones. Perhaps we shouldn't mask those smells when we're sweating, when we have vaginal or sexual secretions. Our body actually produces pheromones, higher level of pheromones than normal. And scientifically speaking, there are two areas of the nose that lead to the brain and allow you to receive pheromones and elicit that response that is natural for you to be more turned on in a situation. My number one tip with regards to smell is kind of indulge in one another's natural smells. So maybe fresh out the shower or right after a day's work, right? I'm not saying get stinky and get all in the things, right? But truthfully, you might learn to appreciate your partners, or you may already. Perhaps you really love the smell of like sweat or saliva on your partner's mustache. And you never express that to them, but it's something that comforts you and you get to smell it all the time. Or perhaps when your partner comes home from their job, you smell hand sanitizer or oil or whatever it is that they're doing. And that's something that really arouses you, but they go hop in the shower and here we are a few minutes later and that smell is gone and you're not as aroused as you could have been before. So really embrace each other's like natural smells and smells that incorporate throughout the day. But furthermore, smell has the ability to reference memories like no other scent in the body. Okay. If you really want to remember something, try and figure out what it smelled like, because that sense of smell is really going to bring back things for you. On your first date, you received roses. Perhaps roses is the best idea right before an intimate moment, right? Or something that's rose scented. Maybe you went to a pizza restaurant or you went to Italian or you went to somewhere that had a specific smell. That smell might ignite memories of passion that you didn't even remember before. Maybe you incorporate a new smell into your intimate time so that you are connected by that smell. Maybe lavender is your jam. It's relaxing, it's comforting. So you add that in. Think about incorporating new smells into play, not necessarily on your body, but into the environment. Burning a particular candle, spraying a particular spray every time will kind of trigger your body so that every time it's about to go down, you just and you good to go, right? So we good? Oh my God, right? That's how it's going to go every time. That's what you're going to do. Explore memory smells, explore sexy smells. Find smells that make you feel comfortable and incorporate smells intentionally. I think that you will be really surprised by how much smell has a huge role in your sexual play. The next one, you guys, let's talk about the tongue. Let's talk about taste. There are so many different varieties of taste. And actually, to be fair and honest, scientifically speaking, taste has the least effect on how our brain and hormones react. However, we are programmed to think that taste has a little bit more control over things. So there are tasty, yummy, delicious lubrications on the market that come in all the sweet and extremely delectable taste for you, right? So you could choose some of those and incorporate those into there. But I want to challenge you to incorporate things that are salty and spicy. Incorporate new taste into the bedroom will really change up the game. I think we already think about things like whipped cream, strawberries, chocolate, cherries, your typical aphrodisiacs. But when's the last time you brought some like oysters into the bedroom? Because it's an aphrodisiac too. I'm just saying. When's the last time you did that? You probably haven't. So I'm challenging you when you're thinking about taste to just kind of change up what you thought might be good, or really communicate with your partner about things that you're interested in trying with regards to taste. Also consider that the natural taste of things, penis flavored penis, vulva flavored vulva, may not be that bad. And you're going to be incorporating a little bit of smell and taste with that. So it kind of goes back to what we said about smell. Just do the dang thing. Perhaps you will find that your body naturally indulges in and enjoys that scent, and it creates an emotional sexual response in your brain. Just saying, just a suggestion. For the last one, you guys, we're going to talk about sound. Okay. We're going to talk about sound. Drop some comments. What do you think is a really great way to incorporate sound into sexual play? I think most people are probably going to go with music. Or maybe. I think you're probably going to go with music because it's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of sound. And you probably don't think about sound a whole lot with regards to intercourse or intimate time with your partner or even self-play. But I think sound plays a huge role in what is occurring. Think about it. Have you ever been in the middle of some self-play and you heard a sound across the street or a sound at the door? It probably really changed things for you and where your brain was focused and how aroused you were. So on the other hand, playing some comforting, relaxing music may or may not put you in the mood. If you've been thinking about music during play, I want to challenge you to think about it in a different way. I know that music is probably the go-to with regards to sound, but what if you incorporated classical music? What if you incorporated hard rock? What if you changed up the game and played some country? I don't know what your typical sexual sounds are. Sometimes if sounds are distracting to you, the sounds from your partner, masking those sounds with music or even television noise, playing a regular show on TV or something more intimate on the television that's going to have its own sounds may help the situation and help you to get more aroused or your partner to be more aroused so that you're not listening to the grunts or groans that typically turn you off or distract you from whatever it is you're trying to focus on. I think this one is probably, of all the senses, the most unique one in that everyone's going to have a different opinion about what they want to hear while all of this is going down. I want to challenge you to try new things. Whatever it is that you're used to hearing, switch it up. Do something a little bit different. If silence is what you're used to hearing, try communicating more with your partner. Sometimes those sounds can be extremely erotic for your partner, and then also allow them to return sounds to you that can be more erotic for you, whether that's verbal communication or moans or grunts. all of those sounds send messages to the brain of either pleasure or displeasure, and allow your partner to know what things you do and do not like. Sound is super important when it comes to intimate play. It's just also a difficult realm for us to really dive into. I want to challenge you to think about dirty talk, music, but also incorporating new sounds like bells, alarms, and sirens could be something that's extremely different and unique for you and your partner, and creating a new atmosphere for you. Thank you so much for tuning into today's Let's Talk Tuesday. It was sensational. I hope you guys loved it as much as I did. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, comments, and concerns. Make sure you drop them below. Also, make sure you like or love this video for me and share it with a friend. Find something funny in it and let them know you enjoyed it. Also, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single episode of Let's Talk Tuesday. And if you'd like to tune in with us live, join the treasure box via the link in the comments. Can't wait to talk to you guys next week. I'll see you soon. Bye.